This is a book that Grandma loved when she was a little girl. My mom used to read it to me, and now I'm going to read it to you. It's called Bunny Blue, and it's written by Catherine Stallman. Bunny Blue was not a real bunny. He was a toy bunny, and he was very pretty. His coat was silky blue plush. His eyes were shining glass. He wore a beautiful pink satin ribbon around his neck, and it tied at the front in a big, big bow. My, how he loved his beautiful, big, pink satin bowl. Bunny Blue belonged to a little girl named Hope Ann. She had lots of toys, but Bunny Blue was her favorite. When she put the toys away each night in the playroom toy chest, she hugged Bunny Blue a little longer, a little tighter than the others. One night, after everybody in the house was in bed, Bunny Blue and the other toys jumped out of the toy chest. They began to talk and play as toys will do when no one is around. "Bunny Blue, you look very different tonight," said a little rubber dog doll. "What have you done with your pink bow?" "My bow?" exclaimed Bunny Blue. He had not realized it was missing. But sure enough, when he felt at his neck, no bow was there. Oh, I've lost my bow, my beautiful big pink satin bow," he wailed. "Dear me, where can it be? Whatever shall I do without it?" Bunny Blue sat down in a corner. He thought and thought. "Hope Ann is very fond of me," he said. "She carries me with her everywhere she goes, indoors and outdoors. But it's been raining the last few days, and we haven't gone outside. So my bow must surely be somewhere in the house." Bunny Blue decided he must search through the house for his lost bow. He looked around the playroom first. All the toys helped him. They looked under the little table and chair. They looked inside Hope Ann's little red desk. They looked in the doll buggy and in the doll cradle. They even looked between the pages of all Hope Ann's storybooks. But they didn't find the pretty bow. Bunny Blue decided to look downstairs in the kitchen. The other toys were afraid if they went along, they would make too much noise. So Bunny Blue went alone. He looked under the kitchen table and the chairs. He looked under the gas stove. He even wiggled his little fat body behind the refrigerator. But his bow was not there. Bunny Blue went into the dining room next. He looked under the chairs and the table. He looked inside the china cabinet. He even lifted up a corner of the rug. But Bunny Blue's beautiful big pink satin bow was not in the dining room. Bunny Blue sighed. He wished he was upstairs playing and talking with the other toys. But he just had to find his bow first. So he kept on looking. He went into the living room. He looked in the fireplace and the bookcase and the magazine rack. He crawled under all the chairs and tables. He lifted the slipcover on the davenport. He even knocked over the wastepaper basket by the tall desk, but it was empty. Bunny Blue's beautiful big pink satin bow was not in the living room either. Poor Bunny Blue. He felt like crying, but he knew that crying would not bring back his missing bow. So he stood in the middle of the living room, and he thought again. "Hope Ann took me down to the basement yesterday," he said. "Her little dog Blackie played with me. Maybe he tore my bow off. I'd better go down and see." So Bunny Blue went down the stairs to the basement. He heard Blackie growl, and he was frightened at first. Then Blackie saw who it was and said, "Oh, it's Bunny Blue. What do you want?" "I've lost my beautiful big pink satin bow," said Bunny Blue. "Have you seen it, Blackie?" Blackie said no, but he and Bunny looked around all over the basement to make sure the bow was not there. They looked under the washing machine and the workbench. They looked behind the stack of old newspapers. They even looked all around the furnace. But Bunny Blue's beautiful big pink satin bow was not down in the basement, and he just couldn't think where else it might be. Anyway, he was very tired, and daylight was already beginning to show through the windows. Bunny Blue went back to the playroom. All the toys gathered around him, anxious to hear what had happened. They were all very sad to learn that he had not found his bow. "Oh, look, it's morning," said a little mammy doll, pointing to the window, "and I think I hear Hope Ann coming." Very quickly, all the toys scrambled back into the toy chest. Tired as he was, Bunny Blue jumped in first. Then he felt his toy friends being lifted off one by one. Hope Ann took him out last of all. "Here you are, Bunny Blue," she said. "I was sure I had put you on top last night. Now where is that bow of yours?" Bunny Blue saw Hope Ann put her hand into the toy chest. "Here it is," she exclaimed. "You were lying on the bow." And there it was, his bow, right in her hand. It had been in the toy chest all the while. Bunny Blue felt very foolish. But afterward, Bunny Blue was his usual happy-go-lucky self. For Hope Ann had sewed the beautiful big pink satin bow so firmly in place that he was sure he would never again lose his pretty bow. The end.